would love to know what's going on in their area, especially the homeowners and people that want their neighborhood to grow and prosper and be crime free. Um, to be aware is to be alive, Bishop. And I want to say this: if it had not been for the lot of crime that I report, some things I report you don't see on the news, you don't get heads up. So I give you just the crime in raw, Greg. I don't give you a 30-second clip and say, hey, he shot this person, but I might give you a 40 minutes, an hour, half an hour, 25 minutes, 15 minutes of what's happening in your community. And that's what I plan to do, and that's what I do. I do it with pride.
So listen, I'm going to take this back to historical, and then we're going to bring Pastor Gann on.
Yeah.
But before I even do that, let's say for all of those watching, and we appreciate the folks who are watching us online, Mark Clemens, brother, my brother in the struggle, another one of our brothers, right, Mark?
Yes, sir.
Joan Trapper, Patricia French, Jaguar French, Lynn Greer, sister in the struggle, my sister actually, Bishop Don Adams, standing on the front lines with us from Freedom First International,
Yes.
great faith leader, Elder Joseph Pearsley, young, strong Spartan, working with us on the Liberation Minister. So listen, y'all, if y'all have any questions, and we appreciate y'all watching, 773-288-9922. Listen, we're going to break this thing down for you guys within the next 20 minutes, but it's a short segment, but we give information, and these gentlemen are on the front line. So let's skip it to Atlanta, Georgia, and let's talk to Reverend Pastor Lionel Gann. His organization is the SCLC Stop the Violence Movement. For those who don't know what SCLC means, Southern Christian Leadership Conference. This is the organization that was founded by Dr. King. How you doing, Pastor Gann? Are you with me now, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you, everybody?
Hey, we doing good, man. We just been waiting to hear from you. You've been playing like shy on us, like a Michael Jackson shy or something. Hey, listen, Pastor, I'm gonna let you just kind of tell a little bit about what you do, brief synopsis. But you know what? Can you do me a quick favor, just for auditory purposes? Can you kind of come closer to the phone, and you got some kind of audio thing? So if you got your speakerphone on, if you could get off it, I don't know what it is, but we just need you to hear. We just need to hear you a little bit clearer.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Better. That's better. Okay, go ahead. So go ahead and introduce yourselves to the community. And I told them a lot of great things about you. You know, you can take care of me afterwards. You know, I take a check by mail or whatever. But hey, listen, brother, I love you and what you're doing. And can you just kind of tell people about who you are and uniquely what your perspective is when it comes to the urban communities and the service that's very necessary that you provide so well?
Yeah, well, you know, the SCLC is Dr. Kingdom Organization, and it represents nonviolence. But the main thing that we're facing right now is with the mass violence and the mass incarceration. So I always see the SCLC sponsorizing the conservation campaign when it's an action for it's an action for social change. So basically, we're trying to change the hearts and minds of men. You know, because when we're dealing with violence, and we're dealing with crime, poverty is the main cause of a lot of the violence that we see in society. So what we want to do, we want to attack, the source of that violence. So we got online campaigns to fight against the violence, not to change the hearts and minds of men, and that's our main focus.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, and I'm going to vouch for you and tell you for the people who don't know you, a couple of key things before we go to the line and take a caller and some questions. A couple of things about you is, you have stood on the front lines with the SCLC and your own organization that you've led. And we, 2 years ago, we led one of the biggest multinational, I don't like to use the word protest. I like to say demonstration, only because that's what we're doing. No, normally, protest would be the typical term that's used, but demonstration because we are showing our people, showing and proving what it is, what you can do, and you don't need a platform. You don't need to be the mayor. You don't need to be the governor. You don't need to be some kind of elected official. It starts and ends with you. So listen, we're going to talk a little bit about what you do from the standpoint of Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to come back to Brother Mark. But let's go to the phone lines real quick and just take it. No, if you want to call in, I was going to say, if you want to call in, you can call in at 773-288-9922. And those who are listening and on Facebook Live with us, hey, shoot us some questions. You know, we are here for you. Lack of knowledge, people what? Pastor Gant. What happens when people have lack of knowledge? Amen.
That's right.
Amen. And you know, some people say you guys use that too much, you ministers use that too much, but I can only speak the truth, and the truth has to be recycled and recycled time and time again, and that's just what we gotta do. So let's talk about some statistics real quick. And statistics wise, Atlanta, let's talk about things from the standpoint of Atlanta. Then we're going to come back down to Chicago, Illinois. But when we're talking about the Atlanta area, you know, from the standpoint of where you're at, one of the biggest problems there is robberies, okay? And when we say robberies, you know, the crime index shows that you are in the top 10% of crime rate in 2019. And your city lowered that in 2016, and we're talking the violent crime rate. So you're in the top 10% nationally, Atlanta, and one of the worst areas. We're saying College Park. We're saying probably some of the higher level urban areas. Can you speak to some of the issues that are going on out in Atlanta for the people who don't know and what you're dealing with right now, just in a brief synopsis?
Yeah. You know, it's economic. You know, there's a lot of jobs. While there's a lot of jobs here in Atlanta, you know, there's still a lot of people that are not working. Mm-hmm. And the fact of the matter is, you know, a lot of people realize that there's more money out there on the street than it is working for someone. I mean, we got young girls down here that are you know, tricking and doing things with men. They're making, you know, $300 to $500 every trip. Yeah. It's going to be very difficult to get them to go to work at McDonald's. And it's all about the the crime, you know, does pay for those that are out in the streets. But we know the end result of that. We know the end result of that is going to be death or in prison. And so our campaign, they congregate every day. Amen. And they congregate every day, well, they congregate online. So we launch an online campaign to try to reach them, you know, where we can reach them every day. And we have to change the mindset of our people. There's other ways of making money other than by crime and other than by the street. We have a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that are doing great things down here. And so we're taking it to where they congregate at every day. We're taking it to the streets, and we're taking it to them through online.
That's right. And Pastor Gatt, you know, for the purposes of time and clarity, I just want to say, you know, two more, Union City and East Point are high on the, not just College Park, but those are the top 3 most dangerous areas. And so going back to your point, and we're going to take it back to Martin Johnson, going back to your point, you said you're in the areas where it matters, and that's one of the critical things that we have to do. We have to be in the critical areas where we can reach people and affect people. Now, before we brought you on, I wanted to drill down a historical perspective, and it's about communication. So I like to say that back in Africa, and the reason why we have to draw those parallels is because we have to know where we came from. So back in Africa, tribes communicated with each other through talking drums. So if you had an outsider or somebody who came into the tribe or in your village and they were from the outside, basically the drums would change, the level would change, it would indicate danger, they would indicate welcome. So these are the kind of things. So today I'd like to say folks like you and I have mediums to communicate with people through social media and all of that, but we've got to be the talking drums
That's
for
right.
our community. And I tell you what, this is one of the things that yourself and Brother Martin do so well. With that in mind, there was a situation in Chicago, roughly about last summer, right? And what happened was the Chicago police, and I don't know what other agency that we're working with, where they were staging trucks, and these trucks were kind of like a predatory thing, to where there were fake trucks and they would be left open. So basically, inside they would have Chicago police or detectives, and people would go into the truck, which is what they shouldn't have done, because it's like dangling candy in front of a baby. But they would go into the trucks and they would be waiting for several officers who would grab them. So Martin Johnson was really on the front lines of that, and he broke this story open just basically based upon his observations. And I mean, it hit the national news, and it's a real big problem. And I would like to say that we appreciate the work that you did in exposing that situation.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to share all of those interviews about that. And again, I'd like to say, and for clarification, Martin broke it. Martin broke the story. So talk a little bit about that, Martin.
Well, let me say this. The first person that broke the story was Charles McKenzie. He broke it like a day before I got it, because he alarmed me of what's going on to keep a lookout on. Then when I finally got it, because he caught the tail end of it, but I caught it from A to Z. I caught them setting it up. I caught them in the midst of baiting the people to go break into the back of the truck and everything. I caught it on Facebook Live, man. It was amazing, the story. I guess I didn't know how big the story was, but we've always known that these type of vehicles, trucks, come in our community and do things to us. I mean, I'm like this. If you put a steak in front of a lion, what you expect a lion to do? And he's hungry. He's going to eat it. So instead of them waiting for the criminals to go up on the tracks, they brought the tracks down on the street, which, I mean, that's the thing to do. If they're going to continue breaking trays and freights, let them wait for them to come up onto the tracks, which is private property.
Right.
But why bring that in the street in a poor neighborhood, which they would have never, Gregg, put it in Hyde Park. They would have never put it in Ravenswood.
Wouldn't have
Never.
been in River North or
River-
downtown.
none of
Wouldn't have
that.
Seen it on a mile.
None of that.
Yes,
Trust me.
sir. Yes,
And so that story did a lot. Thank God for Kim Fox. She was able to drop all charges against all parties,
Okay, how many people were charged in that?
I think it was like about 4 or 5 or something like that.
Okay, but that was only one incident. That
Yeah,
was
one
known.
incident, right.
So I mean, there were multiple times that
Yes.
this happened before.
Yes.
Is it still going on, Martin?
Not here in Chicago.
Did you stop it?
We stopped it.
Hey man, let's give Mr. Johnson a round of applause. Listen, this is the type of work that we need. Pastor Gannon, about a 2-minute synopsis, because we only got a short period of time. What are some of the projects that you have going on in your community right now? And I tell you, I'll be standing with you next summer in the spring on one particular thing. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We went multifaceted. Right now we have a lot of skits and plays that are going on with other organizations. And we're focusing on our mission girls right now. We're focusing on
That's real big, yeah.
trafficking, the drug trade. And then we have the SULC Stop the Violence Left that will be coming up this summer. And we're trying to change the hearts and minds of men, and that's what we're trying to do through motion media.
So we got 4 minutes left, and I just want to, and we need to continue this, and I think we're going to do a continuation of this show, so let's get that together, because I would like to have both of you on as regular guests, but we'll talk about that offline. How do people get in contact with you if they want to get more information and ask any questions and really connect with you about what's going on in Atlanta, Pastor Gatt?
You can contact me through our Facebook page, SULC Stop the Violence Facebook pages and groups. And they can contact me direct at my number 448396511, and they can contact me by my email, which is just my name backwards, LionelPastor@yahoo.com.
Okay, and I'll also reshare that information, Pastor. What about you, Brother Martin?
Well, you can Google me, Google Crime Chaser, or you come on my Facebook page, Martin G. Johnson. I have 2 Facebook pages. It's very active. I normally post something every day If not, crime is quotes and all the different things that's going on in community events, missing young ladies. We also have that problem too here, Pastor, in Chicago. We have that problem. Yeah.
That's something that we've been dealing with.
Right.
And we'll talk about that too.
Right. So basically, that's how they reach you, Brother Gregg Greer.
Hey, listen, I want y'all to know something. Listen, real quick. When we can't depend upon major media, we can't depend upon City Hall, we can't depend upon Governor's House, we can't depend upon the White House. We depend upon people like Martin Johnson, Crime Chaser, and Pastor Lionel Gatt to keep the communication going. So it's very important, I'm gonna say it 3 times, very important that y'all connect with these brothers. I'll share their links and we'll keep them back on. I'm gonna ask you guys to come on for the once a month for the crime report, and we're gonna talk about crime in communities around the country. Can y'all do that?
Yeah,
Can we talk about
commit
that?
to that.
Hey, listen, y'all gonna be able to see myself and Brother Martin Johnson tomorrow night. We're gonna be at the Chicago Police Board meeting, and we have a new police chief, and it's kind of got some controversy, but we'll share that information. We want y'all to come out and join us at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be at the JLM Community Center. We'll put that information out there. Come on and join us because it's going to be something for the community, and our chief and our Chicago policing has been a problem, and both from the standpoint of communication, so you'll be able to talk about whatever issues you have, and talk to the new chief. So we're gonna be out there, right? So get a hold of us, connect with us, and I'll tell you what, listen, I just want y'all to know, these are the kind of shows that we do. We really strive to keep the community informed. You guys connect with us, follow us, share our lives, send us information, drill us down with questions, and call in. Connect with these guests because we got to connect the dots, not just locally, not just city to city. Let's take it back to Africa and connect the dots because what it is called survival. Soul Uprising is going to bring you the best. I'm going to try my best. Our guests are going to try our best to bring you the best information, and we want to continue connecting with you. We want your feedback. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and listen to the show, please, and tell people. You can also listen on Rejoice in HD, and on our sister station, WPWX 92.3 HD Channel 2. Listen, we need y'all to connect with us. We need y'all to follow us. In the days ahead, we need y'all to reach with us and not just connect with us, but let's work together to see how we can change the plight of our community, all right? Solar Uprising, listen, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Let's be about this business. Not even talk about it. Let's be about it.
Yes, sir.
We out of here, y'all.
We out of peace. Sorry about the sound, people. I had a lot of problems with my sound. I had to come on Facebook Live, so I hope you got it.
You still
I went on YouTube, so, people, y'all forgive me. It's not my phone. I got plenty of memory and gigs with all that, but you know how they do me. They don't want me to get the information out. Now, if I was showing us doing drugs, booties popping up in the air, half-naked women, it wouldn't be a problem. It wouldn't be a problem. But when you try to get that information out, oh my God, it's horrible, people. They don't want us to have, like Brother Gregg said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. And that's what if you don't have that knowledge, you're gonna perish. Somebody said what you don't know can't hurt you, but I say what you don't know can kill you.
So y'all, we gonna finish the show, but remember, we gonna be out we're gonna be out on the